In a world that never stops talking, the smartest people are the ones who say the least, not because they're shy, but because they understand one truth. Silence is power. While others try to impress, explain, justify, and overshare, the silent ones listen, learn, and win. This isn't about being mysterious for no reason. It's about being strategic, like a chess player who plans 5 moves ahead. In this video, we'll explore why silence is the most underrated weapon in human psychology. We'll break down the mindset of history's most powerful silent players, and we'll show you how to use silence to control conversations, win arguments, and gain respect, without ever raising your voice. Let's begin. We live in the noisiest time in human history. Social media, news, podcasts, meetings, group chats, everyone wants to be heard. Most people believe talking more makes them smart. It makes them visible. It makes them strong. And here's the secret no one tells you. Machiavelli, one of the most feared political minds in history, believed the opposite. He said, "The more you say, the more you reveal. The more you talk, the less power you have." Why? Because talking gives away your position. It reveals your thoughts. It shows your emotions. And once people know your mind, they can use it against you. Because words create expectations, and expectations become traps. Silence does the opposite. It keeps people guessing. It builds tension. It creates mystery. And mystery is powerful. When you speak less, you control what others know. Think about it. Would you rather negotiate with someone who blurts out everything? Or someone who sits quietly, watching, calculating? The first one is easy to read. The second one, dangerous. Niccolò Machiavelli, the infamous political strategist from the 16th century, understood this better than anyone. He said, "The vulgar crowd is always taken by appearances," meaning people judge what they see and hear, not what's real. Machiavelli believed that silence was a form of disguise. It allowed powerful people to protect their strategies, hide their weaknesses, and keep control. He knew that when you say less, people imagine more, and their imagination often works in your favor. This is why the most powerful rulers in history often said the least. And when they did speak, their words had weight. Because they were rare, let's break silence into 3 powerful types that you can use in daily life. The first type of silence is about listening more than you speak. Let others speak first. When you stay quiet, others talk more. They reveal their thoughts, their fears, their strategies, and their flaws. You collect intel while giving away nothing. He who listens the longest learns the most. In business deals, the person who speaks first usually loses. In relationships, the one who talks less usually knows more. In war, the silent general plans in shadows, while the loud one broadcasts his next move. Lesson? Silence gives you an information advantage. People respect what they don't fully understand. The more you explain yourself, the more ordinary you seem. The less you say, the more powerful you appear. Think of a king. He doesn't explain every decision to his people. He speaks rarely. But when he does, people listen. Loud people try to impress. Powerful people don't need to. When a king speaks rarely, his words weigh more. When you speak only when necessary, people listen. Not because you're loud, but because you're rare. In meetings, the junior employee rambles. The CEO just nods and delivers one sentence that changes everything. Silence makes your words heavier. It turns ordinary sentences into commands. This is the most advanced form. It means saying just enough, but never too much. You keep your options open. You let others guess your intentions. You avoid committing to a position until you know what benefits you most. Politicians use this all the time. They speak in ways that allow multiple interpretations. Why? So they can later adjust based on how the situation unfolds. You can do the same. In arguments, in negotiations, in leadership, let people wonder. Let them fill in the blanks. People fear what they don't understand. When you say less, others project their own assumptions. Some fear you. Some admire you. But no one ignores you. Because what people imagine is often more powerful than anything you could say. Let's look at how strategic silence works in real life. In business, a CEO remains quiet in a board meeting. Everyone starts over-explaining, revealing weaknesses. Then, the CEO speaks, clearly, decisively, and shifts the entire direction. That's authority. In dating, one person keeps texting, calling, chasing. The other stays silent. Guess who has more power? That's mystery. In negotiation, a buyer asks, "Can you give us a discount?" The seller pauses, says nothing. The buyer fills the silence. Okay, we'll take it at full price. That's leverage. Silence forces the other person to move. And whoever moves first usually loses power. Silence isn't just a tactic, it's psychological warfare. Here's what silence triggers in people. Uncertainty. People don't know what you're thinking, and that drives them crazy. Projection. They start imagining what your silence means, often revealing more about themselves than you. Insecurity. The longer the silence, the more pressure they feel to speak and overexpose. In psychology, this is called the projection zone. The less you say, the more others project their hopes, fears, and assumptions onto you. And once they do that, you hold the upper hand. Most people lose power during conflict. Why? Because they react emotionally. They explain, defend, justify. But the powerful don't argue. They stay calm. They stay quiet. They let the storm pass, and then speak with clarity, not emotion. Machiavelli would say, "Never interrupt your enemy when he is making a mistake." Silence lets your enemies expose themselves, and it protects you from looking weak. Every unnecessary word is a weapon against you. The person who fills silence with explanations is often explaining their failure. Want to stay unpredictable? Stay quiet, because when they don't know what you're thinking, they can't stop you. Remember, defensiveness is weakness. Calm silence is strength. People respect what they can't predict. That's why silent leaders are often more feared and respected than loud ones. Think of the difference between a loud, emotional boss and a quiet, calm one who only speaks when necessary. Who would you take more seriously? Silence builds reputation. And once your reputation is strong enough, silence becomes a signal. You don't have to argue. You don't have to convince. People adjust themselves based on your silence alone. That's real influence. In today's culture, we're told to be real, open up, share everything. But total transparency is a trap. When you reveal everything, you lose power. You become predictable, ordinary, and easily manipulated. Machiavelli warned against this 500 years ago. He believed in selective disclosure, only sharing what benefits you. Authenticity doesn't mean saying everything. It means choosing what to say and what to keep to yourself. Today, people share everything. On social media, in meetings, in relationships. Oversharing is now mistaken for honesty. Silence isn't weakness. It's a strategy, a weapon, and in a world full of noise, the quietest one is often the most dangerous. The truth is, most people talk too much. And in doing so, they trade long-term respect for short-term validation. Don't make that trade. So how can you apply all this in your own life? Here are 5 practical rules. 1. Pause before responding. Don't rush to speak, think, then reply. 2. Let others talk first, they'll reveal more than they realize. 3. Speak less in meetings, but when you do speak, make it count. 4th, stop over-explaining. Say what's necessary, then stop. 5. Practice silence in tough moments. When emotions rise, go quiet. You'll look stronger and think clearer. Strategic silence is a skill, and like any skill, it gets stronger with practice. The world doesn't need more noise. It needs more strategy. Talking doesn't prove intelligence. Listening does. Planning does. Pausing does. Silence is not weakness. It's discipline. It's control. It's power. So the next time you feel the urge to speak, ask yourself, does this serve my goal? If not, stay silent, because in the end, the loud may get attention. But the quiet, they get results. They don't talk about winning. They shut up and win. If you found value in this video, if silence made more sense to you today than ever before, then imagine what more you could learn if you stayed with us. We make videos for thinkers, for strategists, for those who don't just want noise. They want insight. So if you're one of them, hit the subscribe button. Join a community that chooses wisdom over volume, strategy over noise. And remember, in this world of endless talking, sometimes the smartest move is simply to say nothing and listen.